Hello! I finally got it to work. It is crazy late. It's 11:40 if you can read backwards. It's June 23rd, just about barely. I have a pillow behind me because my back's been hurting because guess what? I've been sitting around all day. It's all I've done. It's all I've been doing all day. I have an excited voice, but that's because I'm excited for my day to end. I've spent most of the day not doing much, lazing around. I woke up at 6. I did, because I went to bed at 1 a.m. Working on my video. I want to work on a Skyward Sword video for The Legend of Zelda, because I love that game, and I think it doesn't get appreciation enough, even with the new HD version coming out. And I'm a big nerd, if you could tell by the anime posters in the back, and then Elon Musk, which, you know, I got it while I was young, but it's still there, so whatever. Yeah, I'm quite excited for it. I think it's super cool to work on a project, put your all into, and put it out there. But that's the scariest part. That's why I'm trying really hard to put myself out there right now. I didn't like showing my face, even on Snapchat. When people would send me, a random girl would add me, or I would add them on the quick ad on Snapchat, because I'm 21, I still know what Snapchat is and how to use it and all that. And so we'd text a bit, it'd be like, hey, I'd actually try to make conversation, be like, how's your quarantine been? They'd be like, good. I go like, okay, cool, I have nothing to respond to now, that's awesome. And then they just stop for an hour, and then they say, hey, what do you look like? And I'm like, oh, I'm just a dude, a French guy, a Canadian. Go look at pictures of me online on Instagram or something like that. And I tell them that, and then they're like, no, send pictures. I'm like, no. And I could trick myself into thinking it's not like ethically better or anything to send a picture versus not for a stranger who asks it of you, unless it's something really weird. But I'm a guy, so I don't have to worry about that stuff too much, thankfully. Although we still do. But I think it's the lack of confidence. I think it is. I think it's difficult to show my face. I think I get nervous. Maybe not like ugly, because I got long locks. Even though I'm gonna get a haircut, I do have gorgeous, luscious hair, so I can be proud of that. But even so, I'm trying really hard to go outside of my boundaries. And I got TikTok. I uploaded a video not even just 10 minutes ago, and I worked really hard on it. I was super proud of it. And so I'll talk about the things that went in that 60-second clip, which was how my day went. And so yeah, I woke up at 6, but I laid in that bed, which has a bunch of clothes on it that I still haven't cleaned up, because after 6 a.m. I stayed in bed until 7, and then got up, sat in this chair at 7:15 to do my accountability buddy program that I'm doing with some friends of mine. And then I wrote out a list. I'm gonna dance at 7, because dancing to a song is how I try to get myself moving in the morning, because otherwise I'm very slow. I'm a slow starter. But the best part about waking up in the morning is that you could get a lot of stuff done, and then your afternoon is more free than it normally would be. And so dancing, I feel, is a good way to get myself moving, get myself amped up so that I don't go back to sleep, which was a problem for a long time. And then at 8, do breakfast. At 9, do my math assignment, and I was scheduling that to do that from 9 to noonish. At noon, I would have my actual class. At 1, I would nap, because I already knew when I was planning this out at 7:15, I was tired. I got less than 6 hours of sleep. Maybe 5, maybe less than 5, which is crazy to think about, that I'm still awake when it's 11:45 now. 2 p.m., figure out how I do TikTok/YouTube vids, because I still haven't figured out the format I want for this. It's a very work in progress. I did it on the spur of the moment, because if I plan stuff out, which I think is essential. I love planning stuff out. Planning stuff out is almost more fun than doing an actual event or doing the thing you want to plan out. That's also in a John Green book, but I knew it beforehand. He doesn't have to tell me that. But I don't have a format for this. I don't have a structured way that I talk about the things that I journal verbally to you in the public. which is kind of cool in a way because it leaves some creative freedom and expression. But I do like the structure in my life. Discipline is freedom, which is a Jocko Willink saying. And I didn't get to figure out how I want to do these videos yet, which is alright. It's not a big deal. 3, advising. I went to see an advisor about my course path because I'm a third year in elementary education at the University of Alberta. And I was confused because the name Francois implies I'm a francophone or a French speaker of some kind, and you'd be correct, even though some people are like, oh, is that a Portuguese name, Francois? Like, no. And then the Starbucks baristas go, oh, Francois, like Fransua. I'm like, no. And then the little kids I work with at the YMCA are like, oh, French fries? And I'm like, whatever, dude, just call me anything with an F. That's not like fuckboy, you know? And so I went for advising because I was confused about how the practicum worked in Alberta, which is where you get to do, kind of just are an intern at a school, I suppose, is you practice teaching the kids, and you find out if you actually like teaching in a classroom in your third year. Kind of feels like those first 2 years would be important to know how you would fit in a classroom with children, which is totally different from what they teach you when you sit in a classroom, or even volunteering with children, which is what I really enjoy and would like to do as a job, but it's volunteering, so I can't make money from volunteering, as awesome as it is, as fun as it is. And so I figured that out, and it was actually quite helpful, and so I'm glad I did it. Reading at 4, and then piano and meditation, also at 4, right after reading, were my goals. I wanted to take a walk at 5, because I don't know if I've mentioned this yet, but I have 8 goals, generally. And then I have a lot of little smaller goals on top of all the tasks and meetings I have to do. And so, one of them, floss, twice, daily, every single day, in the morning and at night, floss. I also want to wake up at 6 a.m. That's my second goal. Wake up at 6 a.m. or at least get 8 hours of proper sleep, depending on weekends if things get crazy or something. Still, sleep the proper amount, which I did not do today. I did floss today, so I've met 1 out of those 2 so far. My other thing is working out, or going to the gym. And working out, I used to set a very high bar and make it so a workout had to be 45 minutes or it had to meet a certain repetition number, and if I failed that, I didn't count it. Not anymore, because quarantine has sucked the life out of me. All the gyms are closed, and so I've made it, if I even do 10 push-ups, I do a little jig, I do some stretches, it's fine. Getting started, getting physically active is more important to me than getting big guns, which it would be nice, but you need to work your way up to it. I'll talk about the other goals later. I'm running out of time here. I want to upload this before midnight. And so, math and recording shiz from 6 p.m. to now. And so, I didn't do any of that. What I did instead was I recorded videos and I recorded footage, and I figured out how I was going to format my Legend of Zelda video, and then that's what I did until noon. And even the breakfast portion of my day, I went downstairs and I got a banana, and then the afternoon came, and then I went downstairs and I got a banana, and then came back upstairs and kept typing on my computer. And then at some point, I think near 2 p.m., I realized, oh wow, I actually have math assignments due, which was very, very stressful. But I'm good at working under pressure, which is the problem. If I wasn't so good at working under pressure, maybe I wouldn't procrastinate so much, which isn't actually true. I just think it's a thought. I try to tell myself so that I can be less disciplined. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end it there. Actually, my day. The things I appreciated though. I want to talk about what I appreciated and what I learned from today that I can use to improve for tomorrow. And so today I appreciated being able to play with my little brother because my parents were out, my sister was out, and so it was just me and my little brother, and we cooked a pizza, and we just it was already homemade, and so there's a little cardboard circle underneath, and we just threw that like a frisbee, like a really kind of a Mario game frisbee where it can go in all these different directions, and you know, it went in the sink at some point. I think I put that on my TikTok. And I played with him, and I got to watch some try not to laugh videos with him, and it was pretty good. I think the family interaction portion of COVID made me realize I want to keep that up as often as I can. I think family is so important, and they're also the thing that you probably don't appreciate the most out of the things that impact you. And the other thing was I took a few steps outside and literally smelled some roses that were in our backyard. I love the nature. I love smelling roses. I love just being able to feel things that make me feel good. And so I was happy with that. And so those are things I was grateful for today. That I'm happy why I'm alive and why I woke up today and did some stuff. Even though a lot of it was stressing about math homework, finals, and sitting in a chair for much too long. And so what did I learn today that I can improve on is that I'm dog crap tired. Absolutely exhausted. It is very difficult to keep my eyes open right now and speak in full sentences. And so I think taking a nap could have helped. I'm not normally a napper. I've napped 3 times maybe in my entire life. But I've seen some studies that show and heard stories from my friends that say it's very good. And the few times I have taken it, it was quite revitalizing. And so I'd like to do so if I feel tired, which I surely will tomorrow, seeing as how I'm planning to wake up at 6, maybe 7 again, which will be less than the 8 hours of sleep I'm hoping for in life. And then another thing will be sleep schedule. My sleep schedule is obviously super messed up. And so what's the best course to take for tomorrow with these lessons I've learned today? Should it be that I should wake up at 6 a.m. tomorrow, fix my sleep schedule, even though I have a final on Friday, which is 2 days from now, or should I sleep in? And I think since I have my accountability group at 7:15 a.m. in the morning, I have others who rely on me, and I don't want to disappoint them, so I will be there no matter what. And so I will have to choose the 6 a.m. option and then take a nap in the middle of the day. And so I'm learning some timing stuff. I'm trying to prioritize. So that's what I've learned, is how to work around my sleep schedule. Bye-bye.